Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So we are now in the last 10 days of Ramadan. This is juz 20, and you can find the juz from verse 56 of An-Naml to verse 45 of Al-Ankabut, pages 382 to 401 of your Mus'haf. So continuing the theme that I am trying to unpack, really speaking from the heart, dear sisters and dear brothers. So this discourse that has been imposed on the Muslims for many years of Western superiority, where we've been lectured to for many years about democracy and freedom and human rights, we were told that we were backwards, we were told that we were violent, we were told that we weren't enlightened. Well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed for the entire world the true nature of these systems of corruption and, frankly, the rot at the heart of these systems. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Qur'an also says something very important about tyrants. And I want us to listen very closely. Why? Because in the realm of what is immediately apparent, dear brothers and dear sisters, it really does appear that a certain group has hegemony. I remember Biden saying something along the lines of America being able to project its will whenever and wherever. And that's something that we've heard, I think, from successive administrations. The idea of America owning the future. And not only does the United States act as the world's sole hegemon, but the U.S. has criminally backed that arrogance up by funding genocide and apartheid and suffering all over the world, while also depriving American citizens and hardworking immigrants in this country of healthcare and food and housing and fundamental human rights, the ability to be free and safe in our neighborhoods. So there is a message that Allah Ta'ala has in the Qur'an for tyrants. And I would like to reflect on that. The Sūrah is al-Qaṣaṣ. And in al-Qaṣaṣ, we have ayahs 38 through 42. And let's pay close attention to this particular, what Allah Ta'ala tells us about this particular tyrant. Because as much as today's rulers might think that they have some type of power, that they're impressive, they're actually not nearly as impressive as the one in the past. And who was that? So Allah Ta'ala reveals to us, وَقَالَ فِرْعَوْنُ يَا أَيُّهَا الْمَلَأ مَا عَلِمْتُ لَكُم مِّنْ إِلَٰهٍ غَيْرِي فَأَوْقِدْ لِي يَا هَامَانُ على الطين فاجعل لي صرحا لعلي أطلع إلى إله موسى وإني لأظنه من الكاذبين. Pharaoh declared, O chiefs, I know of no other God for you but myself. So bake bricks out of clay for me, O Hāmān, and build a high tower so I may look at the God of Moses, although I am sure he is a liar. واستكبر هو وجنوده في الأرض بغير الحق وظنوا أنهم إلينا لا يرجعون. And so he and his soldiers behaved arrogantly in the land without any right, thinking they would never be returned to us. And what does Allah Ta'ala say? فَأَخَذْنَاهُ وَجُنُودَهُ فَنَبَذْنَاهُمْ فِي الْيَمِّ فَانظُرْ كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ الظَّالِمِينَ. So we seized him and his soldiers, casting them into the sea. So then, what was the end of the wrongdoers? وَجَعَلْنَاهُمْ أَئِمَّةً يَدْعُونَ إِلَى النَّارِ وَيَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ لَا يُنصَرُونَ. Pay close attention. Allah Ta'ala says we made them leaders, but what type of leader? Inviting others to the fire. And on the day of judgment, they will not be helped. وَأَتْبَعْنَاهُمْ فِي هَذِهِ الدُّنْيَا لَعْنَةً وَيَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ هُمْ مِنَ الْمَقْبُوحِينَ. We caused a curse to follow them in the world, and on the day of judgment, they will be amongst the outcasts. Dear brothers and dear sisters, do not despair of the help of God. And do not ever allow yourselves to fall prey to the notion that America or Israel or the Zionists or any of these oppressors have written the end of the story. All right. العاقبة للمتقين. The end of the story is for al-muttaqin, for the pious. Allah Ta'ala has written the end of this story. Not Jared Kushner, not Netanyahu, not Donald Trump. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is truly the sovereign, in control of all of our affairs. Let's never forget that. And make sure that you follow us for dhikr after this, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.